Los Angeles Chargers. The children will groan. It's the final weekend of summer, but we've got the NFL, and we're underway on EA Sports. This will be taken about the 12. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Set, black 15! Red Delta! Hey, I'm going to go low behind.
A first down throw here for Rivers. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked by Tracy Walker. And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line. An aggressive play call to start this game. It backfired, but aggressive, no question about that.
Is that one of those statement calls? Trying to let you know that they're going to be aggressive right out of the gate. But that one hung up just a little bit too long. He made a nice play on the ball defensively and was able to pick it off.
First down Lions on a pickup of 13.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Check nickel, nickel, nickel. 59!
And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. The dump off good for 8 there on first down.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the Chargers 12-yard line.
Let him know, let him know. Move on the hard, ready, move.
C.J. Anderson with it. Of course, a big part of the Rams' run to the Super Bowl last year. Tackle made there by the safety, Derwin James. Well done from a safety to come up there at the line of scrimmage. Nice tackle, too.
Yeah, he actually played into his position, didn't he? He's the strong safety. That means being near the line of scrimmage, cleaning up the run game, almost an extra linebacker, and he relishes the opportunities to put a big hit on a runner.
And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
32! Hey, wahoo! Mike 54!
In your face.
Under 10, 10. Recon, 132 fighter.
And with the play clock winding down, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And no field goal try here from the red zone offense out there. They'll go for it on 4th.
54's Mike, 54's Mike. Check, watch that. 54.
Oh, and now movement and a whistle, and they may have to rethink their plans on 4th down. A 5-yard loss there is going to bring up 4th down. And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through. And the Lions are going to take a 3-0 lead. In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
This will be taken very short. And he's able to get it across the 20 to the 25-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. Not the way they wanted to begin things. You had the interception on the first play of the game. The good news, it only led to 3 points.
And remember our conversation with him prior to the ball game? He said they had something special designed for the first play. It didn't hit. Let's see if he can rebound from it and not let it get him down.
And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Forced out to his left. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. So it's 3rd and long for the Chargers and Rivers after the sack. Rivers now. And it's complete. Henry. A good pickup there. 26 yards.
Let's go. Get 180. 115. Alpha.
26 yards.
Kill.
And the Chargers.
That's point. 89.
Running on first down, Eckler. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. On 2nd down, Eckler. And for a second straight play, the Lion defense drops him behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
3rd and 15 here after the 1st and 2nd down plays went in the wrong direction.
He's crossed.
Hey, exit. Hey.
Play fake. Rivers. And the throw there going to be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt.
Check 37. 61. Matchbox lights.
They begin the drive with Johnson. And he will take this up to about the 8-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And he's only able to work this from the 8 to the 10 for a pickup of 2.
You got it. You got it.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Hey, 22.
Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. He's got Curse. A big 3rd down pickup of 20 yards.
Here we go.
I know many people like the because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Touchdown, Detroit. Kerryon Johnson, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a 2nd one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. The Charger drive about to get going. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? Turnover, you just noted it.
Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn into first downs and hopefully points.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Rivers. He'll get this to Eckler. 5 yards on the pickup, and they're going to have a 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. Here's Ty Long now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. give him 11 yards that time on the return, and the Lions will take over. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
60. Right, 22.
They will run it. It's McKissick. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a third down.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
Escaping the pressure right. And he'll find Galladay. That's complete. And he is finally out of bounds, but not before taking it down inside the 30. A big play there for Detroit. 41 yards. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. They will get 4 yards here on the first down run, and that'll make it 2nd and 6. Joey Bosa in on the stop.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
From the 22, Stafford. And that's going to be intercepted. It's the all-pro safety, Derwin James. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. They started on the ground with Eckler. And he takes this just about a yard shy of the 20. That one good for 13 and a Charger first. So a much rosier picture now after that last play. Here's 1st and 10 at the 19-yard line. Play action now. Rivers. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball. And I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 1st down Detroit, 16 yards on the pickup. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Here's McKissick. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 1st down Lions on a pickup of 13. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. They'll run with McKissick. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. J.D. McKissick. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. Extra point good by Prater. And that makes our score 17-0. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. This one taken just inside the 10. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. They're down 17-0, really needing to find that offensive spark on this drive as they have it with a 1st and 10.
Easy.
Here's Eckler to begin the drive. He finds an opening past the 40, and he'll take it to the 43-yard line. Give him 15 yards on that one and a Charger 1st down. The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside.
3 down. Check 24.
Easy.
1st down, and they stick with Eckler. And he'll take this for about 4 up to the 46-yard line. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Rivers, he leaves to Eckler on the draw, and he'll get it down to the 47 here. 7 yards there and a first down. What a great surprise Austin Eckler has turned out to be. That's the kid that was undrafted out of Western State, signed with the Chargers in 2017, and then last season, 554 yards at 5.2 yards per carry, and then he was also effective catching the football. 39 receptions, over 400 yards there. A great compliment to Melvin Gordon. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. Rivers hands off to Eckler. And an alley to run. 20. And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. Austin Eckler, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. As they are now on the board here in the first half. And oh, it's blocked. Heck of a start to his season. He had 2 touchdowns in the opener last week, another one here in week 2.
Well, I don't want to call him a touchdown machine this early, but sometimes you get locked in, and you feel good about things. You get into that zone, and those touchdowns come in bunches. He may be off to that kind of a start.
It's like he was shot out of a cannon. I would imagine success this early, great momentum going forward for the rest of the year.
He keeps this up, they'll soon be chanting MVP anytime he touches the ball.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do?
Oh, a hit. He lost the football. Stafford puts it on the ground. And picked up by the Chargers. And they are going to score on the fumble return. Touchdown, L.A.
Good job, D.
And Charles, look at the big fella. What a rumble that was. Not only to scoop it, but then take it the rest of the way for the touchdown.
And now you know they're going to have to hear about it from now on. The defensive backs, he's going to want to run with them, do their drills, the whole deal. He thinks he's the pace setter now.
It doesn't matter what happens in practice this week, he's smiling. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They'll be looking to make amends for the events of a moment ago. A fumble return for 6 points.
You absolutely have to protect the football. That's got to be priority number one because margin for error is starting to slip away. And now it's down to a one-score game.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this second week of the regular season. On 2nd and 12, Stafford. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. On 3rd down, Johnson. And able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On 4th down, here's Sam Martin on to kick it away. Travis Benjamin deep for the Chargers. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. This is fielded at the 27. 12 yards on the return that time. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Now this one complete to Robert Foster. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Robert Foster, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Chargers have taken the lead. And oh, it's no good. For the 2nd time now in this first half, he's missed an extra point. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll be out of bounds across the 25. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember,
and the pressure gets to him and brings him down. Stafford is sacked.
well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. A carry now for McKissick. And good pursuit yet again by the Chargers as they stuff him behind the line. He lost 2 there, and it's third down.
Another scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
It's a gain of 11, but they're still well short. It's fourth down. Here's Sam Martin now as he'll kick it away for the second time. And the punt goes out of bounds. Where will they put it? They'll put it just inside the 45-yard line. This will probably be the last play of the quarter.
What's tight? Tight is right. What's tight? Tight is right. Hey, hey, hey.
Wait, 89!
Final play of the half, Rivers. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, it's been a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the second half. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's going to get this across the 20 as he's out of bounds at the 23. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works.
Brings up 3rd and 6.
Set! Get a 20!
54 Mike. Set the tone, defense. Set the tone, defense. Let's go.
On third down, Stafford looking downfield for Jones. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Casey Hayward. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So Rivers will lead the Chargers up 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. Following the interception here, Rivers. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. Rivers incomplete on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10. Here's Eckler. He's got a 1st down past the 30 and all the way up to the 33-yard line. 15 yards on the play, 1st down. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Watch the slant.
They'll run here with Eckler, and he'll run straight into a wall of tacklers at the line of scrimmage. It's 2nd down. Off the play fake here, Rivers. This is caught by Williams. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across Midfield. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack, but he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
Rashawn Melvin in on the stop.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. It's another one that keeps them moving forward.
Here's Rivers. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Here's Ty Long now as he's on to punt for L.A. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
Let's see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. That one good for a 1st down pickup of 18 yards. It's been a remarkable day at the office for him running the football. Those yards just continue to pile well past 100.
And how about more than double-digit carries in the second half alone? That's what you want as a runner, because you've got to prove to your offensive line that you're going to be as tough as they are. They don't rotate in and out on every play. Running backs often do, so those who can stay out there with their offensive linemen, those are the guys they really value.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They did a really nice job there defensively. They strung the play out, didn't give him a cutback lane. On each play, you have guys what I call our BCR players. Guys are responsible for the bootleg, for the cutback, and for the reverse. They played that one perfectly.
And rode him right out of bounds. He goes full extension, and he's got it. Give him 14 on that one and a 1st down. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 46. A running play on 1st down, and it turns into a fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. And there on the tackle, Shaq Lawson. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
54.
They'll run it now out of the gun. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game, and while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
To throw on 3rd down, Stafford. And the pressure gets to him and brings him down. Stafford is sacked. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted. Brandon, you're never quite sure what the side judge or the field judge is going to rule there. That was awfully close, but in the end, he says it passed over the 1 yard line, and that's where they're going to mark it out. I mean, you can see it right there, right? See him walking up the sideline? Told him to stop right there at the 1.
The Charger drive about to get going. And following that punt, which turned out as well as it possibly could have, this offense has 99 yards to go to the other end zone.
And the defense is frothing at the mouth with a chance to get points themselves. If they tackle a runner in the end zone, safety. And if there's a holding call in the end zone, that's also a safety as well. So either way you decide to go on offense, you've got to be careful.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. That's complete to Williams out of the backfield. Give him 15 yards on that one and a Charger first down. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. They're going to go play action now with Stick. Got his man. It's Williams. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. 39 yards there. A big one. So first and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Draw play, it's Eckler. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make it second and goal. Once more, here's Eckler. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Only a yard there, and that'll bring us to third and goal. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, third and goal.
Let's go. No.
Protein spill.
Stick from the gun. And he's got his man. It's Henry for a Chargers touchdown. Hunter Henry, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. For the Chargers, they're able to widen their lead. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these team special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. The intended target, T.J. Hawkinson, and it's second down.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just one target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him, though. Find him.
Back to the air. Stafford on second down. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Adrian Phillips there to knock that one away.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on third.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
Lions go for it on fourth. It's Stafford. It's caught. Jones. 11 yards there and a Lion first down.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. If you're thinking of a comeback here, you go to 2016. That's when Stafford had an NFL record 8 fourth-quarter comebacks. But last year, despite playing all 16 games, he had 0. Stafford throws complete to Galladay. 15 yards for the Lions there on a first down. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
So a 1st and 5 now after the 5-yard penalty from the neutral zone infraction. Throwing again is Stafford. And the pressure gets to him and brings him down. Stafford is sacked. Uchenna and Nwosu got the sack there.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Big Shaq Lawson gets the sack there.
Remember, throughout my career here in defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
And I think we'll probably see them go for it here on 4th down. No reason not to. Down a couple of scores, they have to try and make something good happen.
Here's Stafford. He's going to sling this deep downfield. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. And that's going to be intercepted. It's the all-pro safety, Derwin James. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Now Eckler. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. And he'll get this one up to about his 14. The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That's going to be their 2nd. They'll be left with 1 more plus the 2-minute warning. And we'll be back. On 3rd down, it's Stick. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And the Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts. So that will leave them with no timeouts left. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how that affects things here in this 4th quarter. Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 37. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. And a big loss here as he's taken down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. Stafford. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. Oh, he almost intercepted it. They're just forcing it into too many tough spots. That was almost a 4th pick of the game. And now 4th down. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out.
Hey, 22!
They snap it to Stafford. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Nasir Adderley, the rookie from Delaware. Amendola, the intended receiver. Well, Charles, he's thrown 5 picks in a game before, and right now, after that one, he's standing on number 4.
And right now, your defensive coordinator is asking the offensive coordinator, can you do anything to slow this down? Because my guys have to keep running back out on the field. So play calling may come into it a little bit, maybe run the ball a little bit more. But a lot of it depends on the scoreboard. They may have to keep throwing it.
And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
Ready. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
Topper! Get it!
That one looks like he'll throw here. Looking for the end zone. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked by Tracy Walker. When the rookie QB gets his first touchdown pass, that's one you put in the trophy case. First career interception, that's going to be one he wants to forget.
Yeah, and he's not going to go ask for the football, right? Yeah, you can keep that one. The key for him, what does he learn from it? When he watches the tape, does he have an answer right now where he already understands what mistake he made? That's what the coaches are going to want to know, and that's what they'll grill him on and see how he grows from it.
One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10. They run on 1st down as they get about 3. 2nd and 7, forthcoming. A gain of 3, 2nd down. Stafford. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. It's a 4-yard pickup, and they're going to face a 3rd down. Stafford now to throw. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. It's a gain of 4, and it gets him the 1st. Clock management, definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. That one good for a 1st down pickup of 18 yards.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him? Either fellow receivers or offensive linemen. That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
He's going to let it fly. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Nasir Adderley making like his Hall of Fame cousin Herb as he gets a hand in to knock it away. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Faking the give to Johnson. Now it's Stafford. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Nasir Adderley, the rookie from Delaware. And a great return as he's up close to the 40-yard line. Amendola, he was the intended target. The Charger drive about to get going. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes. A bit of an opening there on the 1st down run as they get this forward for about 6 yards. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
6-6, pull it high. Let's go.
Here's Stick looking to throw. And that is intercepted by the Pro Bowl corner Darius Slay. So look at this. They'll go for a field goal now to get within a score. This to get it back to a one-score game. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. So look at this. They'll go for a field goal now to get within a score. This to get it back to a one-score game. And the kick here will be good, but that doesn't do anything besides maybe make the final score a tiny bit more palatable, as that's how this one comes to an end. We thought we might have a good close game, and we did. Really came down to that final onside kick. They recovered it, but they would have had to return it. They were unable to do that, and that wrote an ending.
That is frustrating, isn't it? To execute an onside kick and get the ball, yet there's no payoff for them. Right now, they're probably in their locker room trying to comfort themselves with, the clock just ran out on us. We were right there.
So for our visitors, they did what they needed to do. They split their first 2 road games of the year, and they'll get another road date next week. Meanwhile, for Detroit, they will fall to 1-1, and they'll look to get back in the winning column next week as they head to Philly to face off with the Eagles. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.